is very patient. We said sabur in Farsi. Now Iran doesn't receive any benefits from the JCPOA. Why Iran is still remaining in this JCPOA?
Because JCPOA is a comprehensive deal on the nuclear issue, which was negotiated with open eyes. We knew that we could not trust each other. It was basically actually based on mutual mistrust. So what we did was we put in place mechanisms that we could use if there were violations. And we're using those mechanisms. So we don't need to leave the agreement. We have shown strategic patience. That strategic patience may have been required in order to give Europeans ample time to implement their part of the deal after the US withdrawal. Unfortunately, Europe was not able over the past 15 months to do that, so we took certain measures, and those measures, as I said, are reversible if Europe begins taking the steps that it's required to take.
Yes, but Europe promised like the Instex, but it doesn't work.
No, Instex is just a prerequisite for the commitments that Europe made both within JCPOA as well as after US withdrawal. What is important, I think, for our European partners to recognize is whether they are willing to submit to the wishes of an outside power who's not asking them to observe international law, but is punishing them for observing international law, is asking them to violate international law. Europe's future is in multilateralism and the rule of law. That's where Europe has its strong hand. If Europe allows the United States to break that, then Europe is destroying the foundations for the global system and for the future of international relations. And I don't think Europe wants to do that.
All the tensions now are concentrated in the Persian Gulf, and you talk about with President Macron today. Donald Trump wants an international coalition to protect tankers in the Persian Gulf. How will Iran react?
Well, international coalition to do what? To reverse what the United States has done. The United States has exacerbated tension in the Persian Gulf and elsewhere. Freedom of navigation is a global responsibility. And the United States is committing piracy in Gibraltar with the help of some of its friends elsewhere. If the United States stopped its disturbances, its acts of aggression, its acts of interference elsewhere, then Iran and the rest of the countries in the Persian Gulf and those who are benefiting or need Persian Gulf, because President Trump has clearly said that the US does not need Persian Gulf. Those of us who need Persian Gulf can work together in order to preserve its security. Only the United States needs to stop bothering. It doesn't need a coalition. It alone, if it stops bothering the rest of the world, everything will be fine.
President Rouhani said 2 days ago that if Iran can't sell its oil like now, the lanes of navigation will be less safe. It means that Iran can block the Strait of Hormuz?
No, we don't need to block it. We maintain security in the Persian Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz, and the Sea of Oman. We have 1,500 miles of coastline with the Persian Gulf. We have 1,500 miles of coastline with the Sea of Oman, and we control the northern lanes of the Strait of Hormuz. So we maintain security. If we do not have an interest in maintaining security in this body of water, how many ships come from outside would only further exacerbate insecurity. They cannot provide security. We are the strongest power in that region, and we are responsible for security, but security has to be for everybody. And we are prepared to provide that security for everybody. I spoke with President Macron about how we can guarantee freedom of navigation everywhere. In the Strait of Gibraltar, in the Suez Canal, in other places, and in the Strait of Hormuz. Freedom of navigation is a global commodity, is not a commodity which can be used by others and not used by certain others.
Where is